Pleasure. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Right, let's talk about Liverpool Football Club then, because they have scrapped plans to put up the price of their most expensive seat to £77, and they've apologised to fans for the distress caused. Thousands of supporters walked out in the 77th minute of the club's game against Sunderland last weekend in protest against that price rise. And in an open letter explaining the decision overnight, the club's owners, Fenway Sports Group, said, "Message received." John Gibbons broadcast the Anfield Wrap podcast. He's in our Radio Merseyside studio. James McKenna is from the Spirit of Shankly Supporters Union, and he joins us via webcam. And here in the studio is the former Chief Executive of the FA, Mark Palios. He's also Chairman and owner of Tranmere. Is that right? I didn't know that, actually. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
OK, let's talk to our guests in Radio Merseyside, first of all. Well, what an amazing turnaround. Well done.
Thank you very much. Well done to all the Liverpool fans. I mean, it's a remarkable turnaround, as you say, quite unprecedented for it to happen, and for it to happen so quickly. I expected them to try and buy some time to go away and hope it'd all blow over, then announce a little bit of a come down. What they've done so quickly, and to apologise to fans as well, and to recognise that they didn't really understand the feeling in Liverpool's huge, and it's huge going forward for Liverpool fans to know that they should have a stronger voice going forward, and also for football fans all around the country who can now hopefully see that, you know, they don't have to just sit there and accept price increases. You know, we all have the power to do something to change it.
But it happened so quickly. I mean, that's the thing that's really taken me aback, to be honest.
Yeah, it did happen really, really quickly. I think that showed that they weren't expecting what happened on Saturday. I'm sure they'd heard that there was going to be a walkout. They were probably expecting maybe 1,000 or 2,000 people to join in. The fact that it was closer to 10 to 15,000, depending on, you know, the estimates that you go on, around 10 to 15,000, I think really, really surprised them. So I'm sure they were working very, very quickly on Saturday night and to try and resolve it, and probably listening to people within the football club who maybe warned them that something like this might happen.
Mark Palios, as chairman of Tranmere Rovers, I don't know that you're as wealthy as the Fenway Sports Group. I'm guessing not, but I might be wrong. I mean, this is... it feels kind of unprecedented. Owners, foreign owners, listening to their fans.
Yeah, I mean, just to say, in terms of perspective, if our fans walked out at our highest ticket price, they'd be walking out after 17 minutes and not 77. So
fair enough.
I mean, it's a different animal, different beast.
Yeah, of course.
No, it is. I mean, I think it's from my days at the FA and from watching the game. I think you've always felt that the fans have had less of a voice in the game than they should have had, and people took a ride on the fact that they were fans, and it comes from fanatic, and as a consequence, they've taken it a little bit for granted. I think it's great that the owners of Liverpool have actually listened to their fans, but the thing that's changed here is I think you've got to a point where, if I would call a tipping point, the figures are so large now.
You mean what they're going to earn from the next deal?
Absolutely.
Over £8 billion for the whole of the Premier League.
Yeah. So if you can bottom with the Premier League, your television money alone is about 100 million. And if you've got a gate of about 30,000 and you took £5 off your season ticket prices, you would probably lose something like 5.7 million. And I can bet you could probably go into all of these clubs and almost take that out of the cost base, which they waste.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're at the point now where it really stands out, and there really is no argument to not look after the fans.
James, I mean, how do you react? It's such an amazing triumph. I'm just so pleased for you. But they've said sorry. They've frozen the ticket prices for a few years. It's trebles all round, isn't it?
Yeah. It's certainly welcome news. We are incredibly pleased that the club have realised they've made a mistake. We sat in meetings. I had the pleasure or displeasure of sitting in 13 months of meetings with Liverpool, telling them that they shouldn't be making more from tickets, telling them that they should be making less, and they had the perfect opportunity for it. And I suppose, you know, there'd be some disappointment that they didn't listen to us in the first place.
Sure. Give us some insight then. When you have those kind of meetings and you say that, well, how do they respond?
They didn't believe us, is the reality.
Really?
I think what did happen was the owners came in halfway through the discussions. They didn't meet with us, but they put a revenue target in that would have meant the club made £2 million more than it should from tickets. And we were saying that in the current climate, that wouldn't be acceptable to supporters. And I think in a way it was almost like who blinks first? And the club thought they had a proposal that we knew would disappoint supporters. We probably didn't know on the scale it would disappoint them, and it would capture the imagination quite like it has. But obviously Saturday, as John mentioned before, was unprecedented. Yeah. to see the football club change their mind 4 days later is equally as unprecedented. And an apology is probably just that bit on top that supporters weren't expecting, but do welcome. You know, this shouldn't have happened in the first place, but the football club, you know, needs to learn from this and move forward. And I think it's a message to Liverpool and to clubs around the country that supporters are important to this product you like to sell on television. They are important in the ground, the atmosphere, you know, that the atmosphere on 77 minutes disappeared out the ground when everybody walked out. And I think it's important they now realise that, you know, listening to supporters properly